Hey everybody, Matt Barton here with this week's Broker Minute or Two. If I were to ask you what one of the biggest contributors to success of a realtor is, what would you say? I would venture a guess that one of them, one of several, but it's one of the top five in my opinion, is the ability to stay forefront of mind with your clients, your SOI, prospective clients. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Some people going to the extreme, billboards, TV ads, and a lot of money spent on that. It doesn't need to be that exotic if you're intelligent about it. But you definitely want to be the one they think about when they start having a real estate question or are ready to make a real estate move. That should be an obvious conclusion. So I wanted to share with you today something that I think could help. It's not the end all be all, but it's a possibility to help you. All right, so UtahRealestate.com, I'm going to move this down here. UtahRealestate.com recently announced, their property list. Again, that is not like earth-shattering news, but the question is, how can I actually utilize this to help me stay forefront of mind with my clients? And that's what I want to go through in rapid sequence here. So if I do a simple search, I put in here active properties, $1.5 million or more in Utah County in Mapleton. And I go ahead and I say view the results, and I come up with these. And if I came in and tagged, let's just say the first four, and I came up here, normally there's different things I could do, different reports I can create, but the new one they're talking about is add to a property list. And when I click on that, I can either create a new property list or add it to an existing property list. All right, so let's pause there for a second. What lists could you consider creating and maintaining and sharing with those that might be interested? I wrote down a quick list of them. It could be an exclusive neighborhood, a gated community as an example. It could be a more desirable part of your city or county. So for instance, here in Utah County, higher end properties would probably be Highland and Alpine and places like that. Not exclusive, that's just an example. It could be a particular price point. It could be new construction opportunities. It could be possible fix and flips. It could be rental property. This is where your creativity as a business person comes into play. If you know what your skill set is and where you should be targeting, it's very easy now to create some lists that take a lot of data and condense it down into something usable, which is adding value for your prospective clients, and then disseminating that information. So having said all that, if we go ahead and do this and we create the property list, this is, for instance, what it would generate. I have these different lists available, and the one that I talked about was the 1.5 million, the four that I selected, and here they are. And I could say, okay, select all. And now I want to send this to a person or a group of people. And this is the interface that you get. It's pretty generic, nothing exciting about it. And marketing is supposed to get you just a little bit intrigued, right? So my suggestion is that don't just send it out with this generic interface, but send it to yourself first, okay? I'm going to log out of the MLS so you can see what the client would see, because if I stay logged in, it will give me a different look on the report. But if I come in here and I see the email, for instance, that was sent to myself, I would then take that and say, you know what, I want to forward that. And this is my forward email interface here. I created a very simple video, which you could add additional value, talk to the properties that you're sending out to these people. These are properties that I have scrubbed through, found them to be an exceptional value or exactly what you're looking for, or just came on the market in a particular area, however you want to wrap it up in packaging. But video, as you guys all know, is something I feel makes your email a little more personable. I certainly have my contact information, and then I'm going to forward them this information. And now, one note here: if you're going to send things to people, especially if it's multiple people, please make sure that you forward a copy to yourself, and then everybody else should be BCCs, blind carbon copies, because people don't like to see their name on a list of other people and can be spammed or whatever else. When you put them in as a blind carbon copy recipient, then their name does not show. So just make sure as a proper etiquette that you do that. All right. So once this is sent out, the cool thing is they can click on an individual property, and I'm going to use this one as an example. It's a pretty cool interface, right? It's kind of almost like Zillow-ish, and guess who the person is that they can schedule an appointment with, right? Very easy for them to do, but it gives them the things that they care about most. Notice I didn't say all of things, but most, right? And that is the photos of the property, and it's emotional, and it gets them excited and gets the juices flowing. It does have property facts down below, but it's in the more consumer-driven versus a realtor-driven interface. So coming full circle, we have a ton of tools at our disposal. My experience with a lot of agents is you spend a lot of time doing the business, in the business, but you don't spend typically a lot of time on the business or thinking about how you're approaching it and how it would be useful for others. And so this is to just kind of stimulate the thoughts of how you could take something very simple and send it out to a targeted group or groups, and take a lot of data and condense it down into something more usable for them, and that has something that is actionable on it for them. That's kind of the basics of marketing, right? And so consider if that could be used in your efforts to stay forefront of mind with your clients, and thereby increase the odds of you doing more and more transactions. I hope that was helpful today. Let me know if you have any questions, and we will talk soon.